been a while. And if you can hear it from my voice, you probably tell I got sick. And it was bad. So I ended up getting, I think it was the flu, around just a little over a week ago. And that shit knocked me out. I never get sick. It was the first time I got sick since 2021, and it hit hard. But I'm okay now. The only thing is my voice is still kind of screwed up. But no headaches, no head chills. Energy is back. I will say I missed, I think, 5 days in the gym, and I feel weak as shit now. So I'm still just getting back to like real workouts, because the first 3 that I did a push-pull leg my first 3 days back. They were more like progressive, moving my body again type of days, not full heave-ho, throw weight around. I lost a lot of strength. My first pull day back, it was like a struggle to do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups. It's embarrassing because I'm usually able to do weighted pull-ups, probably 45 pounds for 8 reps. So not great, but it'll come back. Week 3 of the cut is complete. My lowest weigh-in so far has been 228 on the dot. So that is a full 10-pound drop from my day 1 weigh-in. And my weekly average this past week was 229.85. Again, weight fluctuation is very normal on a day-to-day basis. So what I do is I write down my weight every day, and then I'm tracking the weekly average. So this is what I'm actually trying to see, a pretty big drop in 1 to 2 pounds a week. Moving and grooving pretty well. I haven't really been doing that much cardio. I haven't really been doing any cardio, to be honest. I've been doing jiu-jitsu 2 to 3 times a week, and then I've just been getting 12K steps on other days. I would like to implement 1 day a week running, because I just feel good when I run. I need to figure like a good schedule out for me, because the focus right now is kind of jiu-jitsu. I want to compete at the end of April, so I need to make that a priority. So I need to use my weightlifting and conditioning to supplement that, not to overtake that. So I just need to find a model of, doing jiu-jitsu 3 or 4 times a week, lifting probably only 4 days a week, just for like a little bit. And if you can't tell, that hurts me. And then running just 1 day. So that's what that looks like. We are moving on from this point. So just getting back from getting sick, was living on some shit like this. Feel better now, voice is coming back a little bit. 3 weeks into the cut, I think it's time we give this thing a push. Probably make a little macro adjustment. I think we light a little bit of a fire under my ass. I think it'd be good for me.
All right, we are multitask cooking right now. So I got 2 pounds of ground beef over here going on the stovetop in this cast iron pan. That is all good. All right, so while we have that going, I have 4 sweet potatoes right now that I'm gonna cook and prep as well. And then I'm actually doing laundry right now, so I am multitasking to the max. But normally wouldn't show this, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is kind of majority of what the whole like meal prep thing is about, like multitasking. Because if I was to do everything individually, I would go absolutely insane. Save myself so much time doing multiple things at once. So I'm not even gonna eat these sweet potatoes now. These are for later. I just don't know if I'm gonna have time to cook them later. I probably would have time, but not at the moment that I want to eat them. So I'm already thinking about my day and what times I'm gonna be eating each meal. It's just easier if I already have these cooked once I come home, and then they're ready to go to be eaten. So I'm doing the potatoes now while I'm doing the ground beef. The ground beef I'm gonna eat right now with some rice. That'll be that. But honestly, this is like what it's all about, just multitasking and saving yourself time by being able to do multiple things at once. It can be a little stressful in the moment, but long term, I think it's important. It allows me to do more. Might be stressful short term, but long term, It keeps me sane. These are gonna go in the oven for about 15 minutes before I flip them. And then they're gonna go another 15 minutes, and that'll be that. The potatoes will be done. So I've been doing my potatoes in the oven. I used to do the air fryer for the longest time, but the air fryer will shrink the potato considerably. So I stopped doing that just because it makes it a little difficult when you're weighing it after. Pre-cooked versus cooked weight. So I found that using the oven doesn't shrink it nearly as much, and it's a little easier for accuracy purposes. When I am weighing it, potatoes in the oven. So these are the potatoes. Sweet potatoes are going in. No seasoning on this. I just have some avocado oil sprayed onto the sheet just to avoid the sticking. These are going to go in 15 minutes at 375. Ground beef here is done. So I'm going to match that with some rice, and I'm going to have that meal. So I wasn't going to show this, but honestly, this is what a good amount of my life probably looks like on a day-to-day basis. Kind of cooking and doing multiple things at once. I don't cook every individual meal. In the moment, I prep in bulk, and then I grab and go as needed. So like 2 pounds of ground beef, I'm not eating 2 pounds today. I'm going to eat 7 ounces, and then I'll keep the rest in my fridge, and it's ready. Grab and go for when I want it over the next probably 3 days. It'll last me, maybe 4.
70 degrees in New Jersey, and it feels like a treat. Well, it is a treat. It feels like summer, I should say. Brighter days are ahead for the boys up north. Making it easy to get steps in, it's all around a good thing. In the gray Hellcat. Swerving. Swerving. The Big Apple. Pretty nice day out. I must say my mood has noticeably increased with the nice weather. All right, we just finished upper body workout at Iron Culture. Honestly, do not love just like pure upper body work. I'd rather section it off between a push and a pull. But you know, I'm trying to make jiu-jitsu kind of the main thing right now. So in effort to hit 2 body groups a week, in order to hit my body groups 2 times a week, I'm doing upper, lower, and then I'm just doing an arm day because I got to keep that in there. So today was kind of my first day getting back into it from when I got sick. And when I got sick, I tried to work out a little bit, but I just try to do what I can, but I felt insanely weak. And even when I started to feel better, even my voice is still not great at all. But I feel better besides my throat a little bit. But that fatigue and that weakness was kind of still there. Not like pure weakness, but definitely not as strong as I was before I got sick. But anyways, so I went in there today and I did a plyometric for upper body, which was these pen lay rows, focusing on an aggressive bar speed. So I'm gripping and ripping that thing from the ground, ripping it to my chest. Not so much worried about the weight. I think I had like 135 on there for all 3 sets of 5. And the main focus there is to just be explosive, be twitchy. Train that fast twitch rather than like a pure strength. So that felt pretty good. And then I went into a dumbbell bench. I would have done an incline, but there was no incline benches available. So I just said, screw it, let me just do a flat because I don't want to wait. So I did flat dumbbell, which I don't typically always do. I feel like I'm stronger on the incline. And again, I didn't know how my strength was going to be, but I did 2 sets of 8, 2 sets of 6, and I went 95, 105, 115, and then 125 for my last set. And it honestly felt like really good. it was one of those days where I went into the gym and I was like, I'm not filming anything. I just kind of want to have my own space. So I didn't even bring my tripod. And it was one of those days where I wish I had it because I was like, damn, I feel good right now. And I felt kind of back to where my strength was for the first time ever from before I got sick. So I felt good. And so I just kind of wish I had my tripod on me to film a little bit. I thought about asking someone to take a video of my last set, but then I was like, no, I do not like confrontation. I don't like asking people favors, so I don't like bothering people in the gym. I was like, whatever. So I got 125 up, that was good. Then I went into a lat pull down. I went into a seated pec fly, a standing lateral raise machine, and then I did this arm superset on the cable. So it was a straight arm curl, straight bar curl, and then a rope tricep push down, superset those 3x12 on each. And then I did some core weighted sit-ups, supersetted with hanging knee raise. So the way I'm looking at these workouts is, okay, like I kind of did 3 push movements for my upper body today. That was the dumbbell bench, this seated pec fly, and the lateral raise. And then I did 2 for my pull, one of them being a plyometric, which was the Penlay rows, and then I did the lat pull down. So my next upper body day, which I think is gonna be 4 days, I think it's gonna be on Sunday, I'm gonna reverse that. So I'm gonna do 3 pull movements, 2 push movements. One of the push movements is gonna be a plyometric. So I'm looking at the total volume in a week rather than just workout to workout. So I think it's better planned. And then if I need to sneak something in on my arm day, like rear delts or something, because I'm not really finding a place for it, then I'll do that. But today was the first workout where I felt pretty good. I don't know if it's the weather. It's 70 degrees right now for the 3rd day in a row, which is crazy. I ran this morning too. I ran yesterday and I ran this morning. Just 3 miles both times and not that fast, but it's exerted energy. This morning I actually ran at like 9 a.m. and then I was doing some work after and I literally felt shot. So I fell asleep for like 30 minutes. When I woke up from that nap, I knew I could sleep another hour easily because I was in such deep sleep when I woke up. It was one of those times where I woke up and I was like, where the hell am I? Like, what is going on? And I was on my couch. So I know I definitely could have slept more, but I also knew I had to get this workout in. Also, I hadn't had any caffeine since I got sick. So I was kind of using this as like a little bit of a cleanse. And then I kind of got into my own head this morning where I was like, okay, I did my run at 9 a.m. I was really tired after I took a nap. Even after my nap, I was like groggy. And I was like, what if I just use a little bit of caffeine for my workout? And like, really at the end of the day, looking at caffeine, like it is a performance enhancing supplement. Like it really is a performance booster. And so I was like, let me get a little sprinkle. So I did a serving of the pre-workout that I normally take. So I did 150 milligrams and I didn't like feel anything. I thought I was gonna get like a little bit of rush and like generally feel something noticeable. And I didn't really get that, to be honest, but I did have a really good workout. So I'm wondering if like that had anything to do with it. I don't know. But again, looking at caffeine, like I never thought that I had an issue, but I don't like the fact that like I could take a scoop of pre-workout that has 300 milligrams of caffeine in it and not feel anything. Like 300 milligrams, I want to feel something. Even if it's just like a little boost in mood, whatever it is. So I was using this as like a little bit of a cleanse from when I got sick. And I just kind of got out of the habit of having it every day. So I was like, okay, let me just make this go as long as I can. And then today I obviously had a little bit. So looking at the future with it, I want to really use it as a performance enhancer. I don't want to just like use it so casually, like, oh, I need coffee because it's the start of the day type of thing. So if I work out like morning or afternoon, I'm gonna dabble with it. But if not, I'm really gonna try to limit it unless I get deeper into this cut and then the energy is just like totally shit and I need something. But good workout today. Now I'm going home. Let me put you onto this post-workout shake I've been having every day because it is some shit. All right, the latest addition to my post-workout shake. Sometimes I hear my voice and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Is it ever gonna actually come back? Because this does not sound like it. 6 ounces of frozen blueberry. Put this in the frame a little more. Take this out, stealing some of the show. 50 grams of oats. Protein. This is peanut butter by Axe and Sledge. It's pretty good. Not bad. Just 1 scoop there. Creatine and glutamine, about 10 grams each. 13. All right, we're gonna put some water in there, and this is getting blended. Okay, that's blended up. Now, if you know me, you know we're doing PB2 or PB Fit. So I'm doing a serving and a half of that, which is 24 grams. Perfect. A little bit of water, and then we're mixing until it gets a thick peanut butter consistency. So it looks like this right now. Just a little bit of water, and then we mix. So this is like maybe a little more water than this. It depends how you like it. Since it's a smoothie, I'm gonna do a little more water. If this was like a yogurt bowl, I'd probably leave it like this. But I want it to blend well with the smoothie. Get rid of some of the clumps at the bottom, and this is gonna be good. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Perfect for a smoothie. So I'm gonna take my smoothie. We're going on top. Leave a little bit of space, and I am using Rice Chex. Yes, Rice Chex cereal. So is it cereal? Yes. But in my opinion, it's like one of the cleanest cereals. So if you look at the ingredients here, we have whole grain rice, sugar, salt, molasses, vitamin E, and that's it. So no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors or like dyes, coloring, whatever. After my workout, I don't mind a high glycemic carbohydrate because it's gonna help the nutrients get into my bloodstream faster. It's gonna raise my blood sugar a little bit. I'm okay with that post-workout. So I'm gonna go 30 grams of this. So I'm gonna put 10 or 15 on top of the smoothie right here, whatever I can fit. Okay, that's 12. 12 on top here. And then in the rest of this, which usually just gets poured in, we're gonna do the difference. So that's getting 18 grams. And this is the final product. So I have smoothie here with Rice Chex inside. Smoothie here, Rice Chex inside, peanut butter at the bottom. So I'm gonna stir this a little bit. Try to get a little bit of Rice Chex at the bottom. Drink this first. Leave the peanut butter at the end. I'm a delayed gratification guy. So we let the peanut butter go to the end, and we take the smoothie and the Rice Chex. I'm telling you that crunch makes all the difference in the world. I'm telling you, this is a banger. And if you've ever counted calories before, you know we do not waste. So I'm getting that with the spoon. Today's workout felt like I was right back on schedule, so that's great. I'm down about 10 pounds in 3 weeks. I know, the first probably 7, I almost said 6, 7. The first 7 is probably just water that I was holding on to from before. It's good to be past that stage because now I'll look at it as like, okay, every pound I lose hopefully is a pound of fat, not a pound of muscle. But as long as my strength stays where it is, maybe even gets a little better, I'm really good.
because that means I'm retaining my muscle and the weight I'm losing is my fat. We'll see how the weight log goes for, I would say, 1 more week. And then if I want to get a little more aggressive, I'll pull down. So I'm still eating like 3,000 calories right now, not tracking sauces, not really eating too much vegetables, but I don't track those when I do. Maybe I'll go down to like 2,700 when I'm ready to make the first adjustment, but I'm enjoying 3,000 calories right now. My appetite is definitely slowing down a little bit. I was so hungry in the beginning. Now I'm like kind of cool. I'm telling you, this is so damn good. Now we're about to hit the peanut butter at the bottom. 228 body weight this morning. The best is yet to come. Still looking decent.